Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the highway planning, that is in development in road construction and alignment and surveys, that is road construction. In last lectures we discussed about the importance of various modes of transportation, highway engineering and road classification. So today we are going to discuss about the road construction. Okay, so what is the basic needs of the highway or highway construction or road construction, and the physical elements of road also important. So this is also called as a geometrics. The survey work done must be properly documented. Okay, so this is the slide shows where the road pavements, where first pavement is known as subgrade, second pavement is known as capping, then subbase, base, binder course and surface course. These are the road pavement or the different course on the roads. Road construction. For construction we have to do some surveys which are related to reconnaissance survey, preliminary survey, detail survey, etc. In that survey we have to maintain properly the documents. There must be sufficient width provided for carriageway, formation level, sidewalks, etc. Also, appropriate space must be provided for road margins in order to enable efficient drainage. The camber, the convexity provided at the center of the road, this is known as camber. The camber provided must be such that the drainage is mostly carried out naturally. Then extensive traffic surveys and studies must be performed in order to obtain accurate traffic data. Rolling gradient must be provided as far as possible. There are two types: rigid road construction and flexible road construction. We are going to discuss about the rigid road construction. Rigid pavement is the technical term for any road surface made of concrete. The largest advantages to using concrete pavements are in its durability and ability to hold a shape. A surface layer made up of slabs or Portland cement concrete, that is PCC, sits on top of handful of sublayers. The layer directly under the PCC is more flexible than the concrete but still required rigid. Okay. Then what are the materials used for road construction and what are the different tests are carried out, we have to discuss about. So there are major three types of road materials: soil, aggregates, binding material, that is bituminous material, and cement. So soil, as per IS 1972, soil is defined as sediments or other unconsolidated accumulations of solid particles produced by the physical and chemical disintegration of rocks. Okay. Soil may contain water, air, organic matter in the form of dead and decaying plant and animal remains. Soil is an important constituent of subgrade. Subgrade is the finished surface of earthwork over which a road pavement is laid. The subgrade provides support to pavement, general stability to pavement, drainage to water falling on the road pavements. And soil can be classified as clay, silt, sand, peat, marl, etc. etc. Then aggregate. Aggregate are used both in bituminous roads as well as in concrete roads. What are the main functions of aggregates? Aggregates bear the stresses coming on the road. It resists the wear and tear due to surface abrasion. Increase the strength and durability of road. Locally available aggregates renders road construction economical. What are the types of aggregates? Natural aggregates and artificial aggregates. Then what are the different tests or testing of road aggregates? Shape test, Plaqueness index, elongation index, angular member, abrasion test, Los Angeles abrasion test. These are some tests which are carried out on the aggregate. Then asphalt. Asphalt, also known as bitumen, is a sticky, black and highly viscous liquid or semi-solid form of petroleum. Okay. Asphalt is used in road construction where it is used as the glue or binder mixed with aggregate particles to create asphalt concrete. It is used to prepare asphalt emulsion, hot mix asphalt concrete, cold mix asphalt concrete. As we already discussed about the aggregate, that is granite, 0.5 mm, these are the sizes of aggregates. Okay, gravel, limestone aggregates, slag aggregates, etc. Okay. We are discussing about the asphalt, that is bitumen. What are the different tests are carried out on the bitumen? That is softening point test, penetration test, then flash and fire point test, ductility test, viscosity test. These are the different tests which are carried out on the asphalt or bitumen. Okay. Road pavements is a structure in the form of layers, and we already discussed about the road pavements, that is sub-base, base course, which are shown in the first diagram of our presentation. So a road pavement provides a good riding surface and strength to carry heavy vehicular traffic loads. And what are the good requirements of these pavements, good pavements? It should be strong and durable. It should be cheap and easy to construct. It should provide a non-absorbent surface and not developed corrugation. It should be safe in all seasons. It should have long life and low maintenance. Okay, and we already discussed about the different types of road pavements, that is flexible pavement and rigid pavements. Okay, and we also discussed about the component parts of pavement: subgrade, sub-base, base course, base coat, wearing course, etc., etc. Okay, then what are the maintenance and rehabilitations of roads? Okay, roads are exposed to tremendous loads that will sooner or later leave their marks on them. A time will come when every road will be in need of general overhaul. So following methods are used for maintenance of roads. Okay. So replacing the pavement by removing only those layers of road structure that are actually damaged. Okay. Additional conditions frequently stipulated that the flow of traffic must be maintained in spite of extensive reconstruction measures. These are the road construction part. Then next part of our presentation is planning surveys. That is highway planning phase includes what are the main component parts which are included in the highway planning. First is assessment of road length required for an area. That means how much length of road is required for the area. Then second, preparation of master plan, showing the phasing of plan in annual or 5 years plans. That means we have to make the bar chart for preparation of that road project. That is, the schedule should be annual or 5 years plan. That means we have to make the master plan which are showing in the phase of plan. Then planning surveys consist of economic studies financial studies, traffic or road use studies, and engineering studies. Okay. What are the economic studies? That means how much fund is available or how much fund is sanctioned. That means funds related surveys or studies are required for the planning surveys. Then financial studies, road traffic using studies. That means traffic survey. That means how much load or how much traffic is there on which we are going to preparing the roads. Then engineering studies, that is the related to maps, their data, their geographical survey, geological survey, etc., etc. Preparation of land. There are 4 steps. First step, plan 1, showing all existing details. That means whatever information we have to show all the existing details in the first plan. Then second, population, how much population is there and how much traffic is going to in that area. That means population is matter for the road length or road width. Then plan 3, quantity of productivity. And then plan 4, existing road network with traffic flows. That means in that area how much roads are prepared and what length and what breadth roads are there and which drawings or which construction is required for that. Next we going to prepare or construction of road. Then interpretation of planning surveys. First, preparation of master plan and its phasing. After deciding the optimum road length for a planned period, final step is phasing of road development plan by fixing up the priorities for the construction of different road links. Saturation system. In this system, the optimum road length is calculated for area based on the concept of obtaining maximum utility per unit length of road. That is the what are the interpretation for the planning surveys. Then highway alignment and surveys. What is mean by alignment? The position of the layout of the center line of the highway on the ground is called as the alignment. So we have to fix the center line for highway alignment. What are the basic requirements of an ideal alignment between two terminal stations? It should be short, it should be easy, it should be safe, and it should be economical. These are the basic requirement of the alignment. Then what are the factors controlling the highway alignment in general? So obligatory points, that means what are the obstructions are occur in the road pavement. Then traffic, how much is the traffic? Traffic survey or traffic engineering is the most important. Geometric design, that means the length, width, depth, road pavements, which type of road is required for that area is we have to construct. This is the most important points. Then other considerations, that means we have to some consider the data which are required for the road construction. And what about hill roads? The factors controlling in hilly areas for the alignment are stability, drainage, geometric standard of hill roads, and a resisting length. Okay. Then engineering surveys for highway location. In engineering survey completed in 4 stages. First, map study, reconnaissance survey, preliminary survey, final location, and detailed survey. Map study, that means we have to study all the maps which are available or which are having the details of that area. What is the reconnaissance survey? Reconnaissance survey is nothing but the survey which is carried out without taking any precise survey instruments. That means we have to carry out rough survey without taking survey instruments or without going to that spot. Okay. Then preliminary survey. In preliminary survey we have to fix the different site locations, and then we have to select the exact location or exact position where we have to construct the highways and the center line or the alignment. and final location and detail survey. After fixing first or about that 8 or 9 spots, we have to select one final destination or the final location, and we have to do the detailed survey about that spot. Okay, and after getting that final location detailed survey, we have to do or we have to start the actual construction, highway construction. Okay, after pavement is constructed using broken store or soil and binder material to bind the aggregate to form homogeneous pavement section. That means for highway construction we have to use the pavement is constructed using the broken stock or soil or binding material such as bitumen, etc., etc. The binder employed on mainly soil, slurry, bituminous material and cement. Okay, then what are the types of highway constructions? First, we can construct the highway with earth road and gravel road. Second, water-bound macadam road. Then, bituminous or blacktop road or cement concrete road. The highway construction project may be divided in two phases: earthwork and preparation of subgrades, and second, pavement structure. That means we have to do the bituminous or cement concrete roads. Then earthwork. First, we start with the earthwork. The subgrade soil is prepared by bringing it to desired grade. Excavation equipment in highway projects, that is such as bulldozers, scrappers, power shovels, drag line, camshell, hose, which are used for the earthwork, that the excavation equipments in highway projects. Generally, there are two types of road used in highway construction: rigid pavement and flexible pavements, which are already discussed in the last slides. Rigid pavement is used by concrete roads because it is a hard pavement, and flexible pavement which is used by the bituminous roads, which bituminous roads are the flexible pavement and concrete roads are the rigid pavements. Basic steps for making a flexible pavement. That means the steps for making flexible pavement. First, clearing and grabbing. Second, embedment. Third, subgrade. Then next, grainer subbase, wet mix macadam, dense bituminous macadam, and bituminous castle. Okay, this is the structure or the pavements of the or the layers of the road, crust of the road: base, subgrade, subbase, grade, etc., etc. That means cross section of a road. Then right of way. This is the roadway. That is where are the right of way, border, sidewalk, carriageway, camber. This shows the cross section of right way of road. These are the safety equipments which are used for the highway equipment. First, compacting material, that is rollers are used. Then dozers and scrappers. These are the dozers and scrappers. These are the equipments which are used for the highway construction. Then power shovel. Okay, barricading. These are symbols are the equipments which are used for the road construction, that is diversion of road for the during the road construction. Signing boards, road work ahead. That means to avoid the accidents, you have to show the board signs to avoid the accidents. Okay, thank you very much. In this chapter, we studied about the preliminary road construction and planning surveys for the road construction. Thank you very much.